Hey, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for April 2024. Um, April and September are really supposed to be two of your best months this year. So I'm excited to do your reading, see what comes out. But I also want to remind you that we're going to be in Mercury retrograde starting on April 1st. So that just, and I already have the effects. I was doing live readings the other day and just yesterday, I think, yeah. And my screen was black, but everybody could see me. It was weird. And I cannot figure it out. So I was going to do your reading live. I just did Aries, was going to do theirs live, but can't do it. I can't do it. I have to figure this out. So, anyways, Mercury retrograde, yes. Um, there's just a time where electronics can go wacky. I don't feel like it affects you so deeply. Like me, I'm a Virgo, Sun, Gemini, Moon, double W rolled Mercury. So it definitely affects me. But what I would say is even though this feels like it's going to be a really good month, just keep in the back of your mind as Mercury retrograde. So like an argument starts, not allowing it to get carried away when maybe normally it wouldn't, that type of thing. You know, just be like, aha, Mercury retrograde. All right, guys. So this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Many of you are intuitively guided. Your spirit guides are nudging you here. Thank you. Some of you are checking on a Taurus's energy, and also your spirit guides know that. So you'll also receive messages. And if you're checking on someone, I definitely check out their moon also because the sun's what you present, but the moon is your inner feelings. Um, so just, I don't know, like this month I've been feeling like we need to check moon signs, and, sun signs also. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into your reading. I'm doing it a little different for April. I just got to do an Aries, and I kind of love this. So this is new. It's new, but I have done it. I think I did it one time before. So we're going to use two decks for your main spread. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot, and we're going to use the Tarot of Dreams. And we're going to take a line of the Psychic Tarot, a line of the Tarot of Dreams, a line of the Psychic Tarot, and so on and so forth. And then we're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify. Look at that, Temperance on the bottom, divine timing. But first, patience, my dear, and then divine timing. All in divine timing. All right. But we are going to start your reading with Mother Mary and her words of wisdom. Whispered words of wisdom, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. By the way, I'm doing your reading in the evening. And I tell you that because I feel like when I do readings in the evening, it takes on a whole different vibe, and I like it. But I can't do them in the evening all the time. So, but I felt called to do yours tonight. All right. Wow. You got a lot of messages there. All right. We're going to take them all. Um, I'm not, I'll read one of these at the end of the reading from the book. But I'm not going to read all of them because that's just too much. We have health. My prayers for healing miracles have been heard and answered. Remember, many times prayers are answered differently. usually better for us type of way, though we may not know that in the beginning. But I feel like there will always be like an aha moment, like, oh, we have mother. I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. Mother, God, God. I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. God. And then what does God say? Have faith, my child, have faith. I have faith in God to heal the situation. So again, we have quite a bit of energy of healing. You have, God, the most mighty. You have mother. I don't know. I just feel like, wow. All right. I feel like let's just go ahead and get right into the reading. And I have a feeling we're going to know why they came in. I'm going to bring the lid down. That's good. Everything is always pre-shuffled, but I like to give it a shuffle with you here. In my mind's eye, you're all just sitting around with me. We're all like on the floor messing with tarot cards, you know, just kind of giggling and having a good time. Hmm. Okay, well that's not what I was picturing. This is the Eight of Swords. Self-created prison. I mean, you can just look at the image. And if you're not looking, it's like a person who feels like they're in agony. Looks like they're in agony, but at the same time, they're not doing anything about it. It's like, if I just hide here, then the rest of the world will just go away. But then it doesn't happen. Then it doesn't happen. So, I always say the good news about the self-created prison, it's if the self created it, then the self can uncreate it also. And eight is about allowing yourself to have a new beginning. Also, the number of infinity. So, I almost feel like your soul is saying there's something that you may be going through. And I feel like your soul or your higher self is saying, yeah, but we've been here before. Like, we've been here before. And I mean that in an empowering way, like your higher self is saying, you know, you don't need this energy because you've been here, you've done that, you've conquered that mountain. You just need to remember that. And I often feel like what it is that we're hiding from, it only makes it worse and worse and worse. And I'm not saying like you're hiding. Um, hmm, look at this, the Ace of Wands. Now, two very different energies, I have to say. And it's almost like you're fearing allowing your heart chakra to get activated. It's almost like I don't want passion to be ignited, but yet I don't think it stops it. All right, let's keep going. We have the Nine of Pentacles, Material Harvest, it's called in this deck. Look at this, we have two Virgo cards side by side. So some of this could be definitely influenced by Mercury retrograde. And I'd be darned if in the Eight of Cups where I felt like, there may be a few like I'm hiding myself away, hoping something will go away. And, you know, I don't feel like it does. And who knows, maybe while you're in that energy or, maybe you've set yourself free from it already, it definitely says that there's energy can be learned. Like sometimes time alone can teach us a lot. You know what I mean? We can reflect. And, I feel like over here I may be judging myself. Um, but I don't need to do that. Like there's no need for that. Hmm. And then we have the Four of Wands. They call this a marriage card, guys. Under trapped in fear. Oh my gosh. Well, actually, I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to slide this over a little bit. Make sure you can see everything. Because I want to do the Tarot Dreams below. So, that kind of puts the Nine of Pentacles in the middle here. And that is about material harvest. You do have two nines, and nine is about reflection. Um, one is reaping the benefits of their hard work or their work, or, it's like this person is open, definitely does not have their back to the world. It's like their hands are open and they're willing to accept, like, it's like their bounty, but deservingly. But I don't mean that to judge yourself again. And then right next to is that other nine, which is the hermit. And in the hermit's energy, I often feel that some are brought down to their knees before they even start really thinking in that way. It's almost like, I can put it off on everyone else, but I got to understand that it's me, it's my life. It's me who makes that final decision with everything, really, I guess. Um, but it's a beautiful teaching moment also. It's like this is kind of where I feel one finds their spirituality. This is where I find the light. And I have to realize, where is the light? I am the light. You are the light. And then maybe with that realization, you start shining that light outwardly. It's almost like, and then you become like a natural healer. Now, maybe you do that for a job, or maybe it's just, what gives you interesting because I feel like, harvest, um, I feel like helping others sometimes can give you that, feedback that is probably better than money. Now, I know money is important, don't get me wrong. All right, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Well, okay, I get it. Someone's done me wrong. This is the thief in the night. Look at that. The Ace of Pentacles below that. Literally, someone could have been stealing like money. Your thoughts, your ideas, what's really was meant for you. But listen, I definitely feel the karma in this energy of the Seven of Swords. Like, I feel like this person, whatever they're taking that does not belong to them, whether it be money, someone's heart, someone's time, thoughts, I feel like that karma's gonna come back to them. And it's probably not gonna be through you. It's probably gonna be through another. But so be it. It's almost like God would be like, don't even worry about that. Let me worry about that. But it does show me, but I am worried about it. So it feels like there's opportunity coming your direction. So I feel like my job's going to be to find a way to get you to set yourself free. Oh, I did look under the bottom. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the True Dreams. And we're going to go right below it. Again, they're already pre-shuffled. It's funny, I hear all the critters outside. Like, it sounds so nice. I don't know if you can hear it. All right, we have the Ace of Swords. What do you mean you're going to call me? Excuse me. I feel like whoever this person is that's in the Seven of Swords, what's it say? Deception and envy. It almost tells you why this person is the way they are. They're envious. Now they can be envious for many different reasons. They may not have had good role models. They may have been in the type of energy where there just wasn't enough to go around, and whatever it may be, that's not an excuse, by the way. I feel like we all have our mountains to climb, and you know, when you do climb that mountain, let me know. Like that's what I would say to that Seven of Swords. Not that I even really want to know, but it shouldn't stop you from climbing your mountain because ultimately, you do have what I feel is the most beautiful love card. But it doesn't even have to be love; it's commitment. There's a rainbow after the fact. I'm just going to tell you, this reminds me of a moment in time in my life where, and some of you know this story, and I'm going to tell you this very quickly. Um, but it was a very difficult day. And normally I have no problem being alone, but I just left somebody I was with for 25 years, and it was about 2 weeks into it, and I had my own place, and I loved that. But then for some reason, I was feeling lonely, and I picked up the phone, and we were talking, we were having a conversation, and I was just about to invite them over, and I get a beep. And the only reason I called because I was in this moment of weakness. But anyways, I fell for it. I made that call. But anyways, I get a beep. And when I said, hang on, let me grab that. And when I answered it here, it was my boyfriend from 40 years ago that I dated when I was 15 and 16. Like, no kidding. And completely out of and um, how I knew is he sang the lyrics to what our song was back then, which was Bob Seger's Night Moves. So anyway, and just like that, everything changed. Just like that. Completely unexpected in my most weakest moment. And just like that. And I told the person on the phone, never mind, hung up. And then Sam and I talked for hours and hours and hours. And then we talked every single night after that for hours and hours. So all I'm trying to say is you just never know. You just never know. All right. Well, hello, son. And it's got the Ace of Wands above it and the Ace of Swords beside it. You know, for some of you, I can't deny that this person exists, that this energy exists. And I know that they were robbing you of something. That I know. And it could be both. It could be love and it could be money. But I also get for some, it could be like ideas. Like, it's almost like I come up with this idea, and next thing I know, boom, they're using it or they're claiming it. And I don't think it's for everyone, but I do know that's for a few. I don't know if I said this, but you have double Virgo there. And I'm just saying that because how I was talking about Mercury retrograde and Virgo's being ruled by Mercury retrograde, you have a double. Whoa. Hmm. The star. Look at that. Look at this bottom line. The Ace of Swords, the Sun, the star. Well, hello, lovers. Wow. And last but not least, well, yeah, that's going to change my focus. Literally, that's what it's doing. It's like it's changing your focus. You know, it's, I don't know. I feel like in some way, somehow, I've got to get away from this Seven of Swords type of energy, whatever it is for you, but don't create these prisons. Like, don't, and listen, I get it for a time period, but don't make it forever because then you're not believing in like what can be. And you may think you know what can be, but then just look back at your own life for an example of how many things have happened like completely unexpectedly. So why can't good things happen that way? And that's what I'm telling myself in the Three of Wands. Like, this is me knowing that my ships will come in their due time. And in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this present moment. I'm going to get excited about the potential of what the future may look like. And again, I'm letting go of, you know, is it going to take me to the 10? I don't even know that it matters because this is really enjoying it. Like, if this is talking about a relationship that, first of all, I feel like first you got to free yourself. And I feel like if you do, and this is talking about like a new relationship, holy cow. And I have a feeling I told you that story because I have a feeling for some of you, that's how it's going to happen. Now, not to the T, but, like, I feel like some type of communication may come in that I don't feel like you're going to expect. And then I do, interesting, the sun right next to that. Well, the sun makes me think of my childhood, you know, um, younger years, when you felt free. Remember, in the Eight of Swords, you're anything but free. The sun is all about freedom. And then the star, the hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Interesting because the Nine of Pentacles is like a material harvest, but yet his hands are open, and the star comes is like, well, maybe I have more than one dream. Maybe I do want to make a good living, but I also want good love. And why can't I have both? In the Eight of Swords, I already know you won't. Not during that time. But I feel like once you free yourself, and again, that all you're doing is you're saying, I'm not going to allow like who's this envious type of energy, this devious type of energy to take up space in my head or my heart. You know, it's like, it's interesting. I said this in Aries, but I tell my daughter this all the time. Because there's one particular person like who just loves to put her down. And I tell her you have to look at the source. You know what I mean? Like look at the person who's saying it. Like I wouldn't even, you know, like their vibration is so low that, and and then I build her up. Look at the source. Some of you may have worked somewhere where someone was taking your ideas, and listen, maybe your dream is to like own your own place, own your own business. This is a great time. I know I've been saying this all year, but I don't just mean this is a great year for that. But I also want to say April, I feel like is also a good year for you, like, beginning something, putting those epiphanies into action type of thing. you know Even if I'm just taking this step, I feel like it'll pay off. I definitely feel like it'll pay off, but it does have to come from me. This Ace of Swords, I'm not worried about it. Even though the Eight of Swords is above it, the Three of Wands is really what's mirroring it. So I feel like whatever type of communication is coming through that Ace of Swords, it's a good thing. And well, hello lovers right next to it. First of all, people. I haven't even named it people except for double Virgo. But then we have Leo, we have Aquarius, and we have Gemini. Like there is a lot of Mercury retrograde right there. Gemini and these Virgos. Mm-mm-mm. Keep that in mind. Like, if you think you're losing your mind, you're not. All right. I don't know why I took that card already, but I'm going to leave it out. I don't know why I did that. Let's put him up there where all that light is. All right. We have financial and material changes. So I feel like for some of you, like that's what you're afraid of. It's like a change. Um, some of you, maybe it does mean you're leaving a job, but then maybe you're starting your own thing, or maybe this is what the communication is, right? It may be a job offer that like you didn't expect, though, in a way. Well, could be through word of mouth. Um, but for a lot of you, I feel like it's about doing your own thing. And it may be like the opportunity. Stand your ground. This person definitely looks like they're planting their flag, like they're claiming their ground. This is where it's kind of defensive type energy. But I feel like really what it looks to me like, like I've conquered this world. And, seven being a very spiritual number. Hmm. Interesting. Hello, memories of love. Well, well, memories of love. And interesting is coming under the star. And here's the lovers right here, 6 and 6. Firm foundation. The lovers. And I feel like if this is relating to love, then it's really important to have a firm foundation. Come on. Look at this, the lovers. The lovers. I mean, here they are. They're connected. Now we have discontentment and boredom on the bottom of the deck. Four of Cups. But you know what I love? Is you can't see it in this card, but normally this person is being offered a cup, but they have to use their spiritual discernment whether to accept that cup or not. And it can be like sometimes I can get into the woe is me type of energy and feel like that's relating back to that Eight of Swords. It feels to me like you're unhappy anyway. So even though change is difficult, I feel like wow, what a journey here. See, it's on the bottom of the deck here. Look at this, the Palace of Cups. Someone asked me what the palace means, and I don't know why, but when I get a deck of tarot cards, I don't read their interpretation because I want to interpret it myself. You know what I mean? I want that initial um feeling. And I don't know, maybe I should read them, I don't know. But to me, it represents like my ultimate dream, like my ultimate dream. Look at that. The Empress. Maybe it's talking even about energy, where love is in my heart. Love is in my dun, 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 dun. Can't think of what song I'm thinking. Love is in the air every time I turn around. No, that's not it. All right. Hello, lovers. And also memories of love with the star coming above that. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. God saying, have faith, trust in divine timing, but do your part. Do your part. And I feel like the Ace of Wands, that's inspired action. I feel like it's almost like it's just going to come to you. And then you have to decide whether you follow it or not. And I hope you do, because I feel like, wow, it's taking you on quite the journey. And it feels very good. All right. Um, so we have a lot of cards on the table, so I'm not going to clarify everything, but I am going to look at that Eight of Swords a little deeper. Definitely going to look at the lovers even deeper, even though, what connects them? Memories of love, the lovers, and then the marriage card, commitment. To me, the most beautiful love card, really, because this is really two people committing to each other for the rest of their lives. Like it's true. It's true. There is no worry. There is no, and I'm not going to say there's never problems or issues or fights because that's just human nature, but we can work it out. And I feel like my intentions are like 9/10 of the law here also. But look how the lovers are connecting to memories of love and then ultimately the marriage card, and you got the star right in the middle. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Can I have it all? It certainly looks like you can. But listen, I also feel like you went through hell. And it feels like, like, look at that. And who comes out? The devil. How interesting. Where I literally just said, I feel like that like you walked through hell. The devil came out, but the devil's in reverse. First of all, it could be Capricorn. Um, but this is like temptations. This is illusionary energy. Again, this could be like where you do feel trapped. You can't see it in this image, but a lot of times you'll see like the devil's influence over really the lovers. Um, but in some, they'll have like somebody trapped in a cage, but the door is wide open Yet that's not where they don't know that because they have this illusion that they're stuck. Well, it's like the curse is being lifted. You know, to me, wow, I feel like you just set yourself free. To me, I feel like now you understand that prior energy of other people was lower vibrational energy. And, you didn't mesh because I feel like your vibration is higher. And maybe you did lower your vibration for a little while. You know what I mean? Like I met their life instead of them being part of my life, right? Like it's like my life was like put on the shelf. But why? Right? This is your life. Like you were given this life, this human body, this soul. Well, you always keep the soul. You have the King of Cups coming over the Ace of Wands, passion ignited. That's a loving king. He is in the upright. So to me, he's coming in love. He does have a cup in his hand. If nothing else, I feel like, that cup is, I don't know. I feel like makes me joyful. It's also interesting. I feel like the King of Cups is someone who easily expresses their emotions. And Taurus, listen, as I am a Virgo, we're the same way. We don't express our emotions, as much, or until we get really, really deep with someone. You know what I mean? But we show them. Usually, we show them. We're here, the king in the upright, because if he was in reverse, then he's showing it to everyone else, but he's not. And it's interesting how the devil's in reverse. So I feel like you set yourself free. This Ace of Wands, passion ignited. Let's follow this king. Interesting. I wasn't going to take a bunch of cards up there, but look at this, the Ten of Cups. All right, that's maybe why I wanted to follow the king. And by the way, working from home, some of you like home-based businesses, wow, um, that's good. Like that's a really good omen right there. It does say it takes your work, but listen, I feel like it's your wisdom. you know, I feel like you set yourself free and then bam, everything starts happening. Like there's the King of Cups. Well, that's who I'd want to see as it relates to love. No matter who they are, like no matter what the sign. Nines are also about final reflection. So some of you, it's like okay, you're coming to that final reflection, kind of like the death card where I'm going to close the door and I'm going to lock that door. And immediately another door will open. That's life. Well, look at this. It's like this King of Wands is like, whoa, wait a minute. Wait for me. Wait one moment. So we have the King of Wands, can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have, well, Temperance made her way out, and she just so happens to be over that house of love, that house of commitment, marriage, family, a rainbow behind her, all in divine timing, right? But man, when the timing is right, the timing is right. And I know what that means. I know what it feels like. We have the Five of Wands, and then we have the Page of Swords, and then we have one more down here. Interesting how I was not going to do this, but yet here I am. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. Interesting because we have the Nine of Pentacles right here. So they're connected. Just like the lovers are connected, so are these two not. I mean, this is a lot of Virgo energy right there. Some of you must be connected to a Virgo. Some of you may find that who's ever next, and I hate to say like next in line, I don't mean it like that, but I feel like, as you start moving forward in life, I feel like this kind of just naturally happens. Really, that's what Temperance talks about. And the lovers are right here. I mean, they're right here. And listen, for some of you, it may have been, or it could be the other one, or maybe it's both. It's like during my difficult times, my mind would wander back maybe to this person if you already know who this person is. Because memories of love is also here. Like my mind would wander back. Well, who knows? Maybe theirs was too, and maybe that's what's really drawing you together. But maybe for that to really manifest, maybe there was something here that wouldn't fit in here. And I don't feel like it's almost like it is almost like that. That's probably why I told you the story of like things can happen just like that. I almost feel like this is the mirror of you, because I almost feel like, through communication, we find that we have very similar experiences, very similar taste, maybe even work like in the same field. Doesn't even mean that we do the same thing, but I feel like we both come from like wisdom. You know what I mean? And I feel like also, all work and no play is not good. Look at this with Four of Pentacles over the lovers and below the lovers. So, I feel like that really talks about your foundation, and sometimes it may mean move a little slow, right? But I feel like maybe the foundation's already been set also. Maybe it was set a long time ago. And maybe this is divine timing, and sometimes I feel like divine timing is waiting on us. And I feel like in the Age of Swords, it's like I'm pushing the world away. I'm pushing adventures, experience, but I feel like, I feel like that influence of like maybe if I let someone go or let something go, that my life will be terrible. Well, it's showing you the opposite. It's showing you the opposite. And I have to say, if this is love, if this was love, that Seven of Swords, which caused you, and then the devil, and then the Eight of Swords energy, and then you break yourself free, and then you come into the energy of these lovers, where everything around it is positive and beautiful, it's a different type of love. It's a much higher type of love. It's an equal. I feel like that's what Temperance does. She makes sure that both the cups of the soulmates are equally filled. Wow, Taurus. All right. Um, I really was not going to take this many cards, I swear. But sometimes things just happen that way. The High Priestess, your intuition. That's what you trust. That's what you trust. And maybe that's what you worry about. Like, how do I know? How do I know? Your intuition will let you know. And again, how we started the reading where I felt like your higher self was saying, anything you're going through, you've been through it before and you've conquered it before. You're stronger than you think, and you're not alone. You have a whole spiritual team to help you. You have two aces wrapped around that. And in a way, it's kind of knocking the devil's energy right off of it. So trust your intuition, trust in divine timing. And if you have a hard time with that, then just go slow. All right. I think I just want to come down and just come in this area, which is really covering both the lovers. And I feel like honestly, this is covering like not just your like potential love, but also money. Um, look at that, the chariot, beautiful. First of all, the nine of pentacles is material harvest. And maybe that's why September is so good for you. Maybe the seed you're planting right now in September, you really start seeing the harvest. And I feel like once you start seeing it, it just keeps coming, coming, coming. Now we have the chariot, and I'm looking around the lover's energy, and the chariot comes out. So, first of all, it's a card of Cancer. But often you'll hear me describe the chariot of balance, right? It feels like a reward of like finding balance within, the balance of the light and dark. Understanding that yes, I can be tempted. I also have dark, I'm also made of dark. But I'm also made of light. And, my choices maybe every day make my potential future. So, anyways, so it's understanding that and finding balance, right? Often feels the balance between the masculine and the feminine, also, which would make perfect sense with the two lovers here. And then it's about unlimited potential. Like you don't even put like, okay, however, you do have the Palace of Cups. You have the Ten of Cups. And I love that the Nine of Pentacles is with the Ten of Cups. For those of you who work from home or you're thinking of it, I feel like, wow, go for it. Like, I feel like this is the time. And again, April feels really important to you. But I also feel, here's the Ten of Cups, and we went one step above to the Palace. Well, maybe that's exactly what these lovers deserve. Because I do get this feeling like a conversation where, like, you're talking, like, just about your past, what's normal. And I do feel like, you both are going to say, like, oh man, I dealt with this type of energy. And this person's going to say, I did too. How'd you handle it? And that type of thing. And who knows, in a way that may even help heal it even more. But I almost feel like like, what was is going to be there. Like it's gone. Like I feel like God will deal with the karma of whoever, and for whatever reason they did you wrong. I feel like don't worry about that and don't allow it to have an effect on your life because again, this Ace of Swords could literally be like at the snap of a finger. It could be the phone ringing. And it could be a couple different things. It could be opportunity being offered, but it could also be, who knows, memories of love. So someone you would, when you think about them, just automatically brings a smile to your face and probably a little joy to your heart. Well, I feel like believe in the impossible because it's only impossible until it's possible. And then it's possible. And that is my life. So I know this story. Anyway, anyways, I think I'm gonna let that be. But let's go ahead and I feel like we have to read God. Let's read God from Mother Mary's book. You're pray wait, you've prayed for help, and now it's time to allow heaven to assist you. God's love and wisdom has always been available to you, provided that you're willing to trust divine will. Release any unhealed components of your relationship with your Creator to Mother Mary and the angels in favor of developing a closer and more trusting one. This may require tremendous faith on your part. We do have the faith card, especially if you can't see a solution to your present situation on the horizon. This card indicates that you've been approaching this situation single-handedly, trying to anticipate and control the outcome by yourself. Anxiety comes from distrust in divine order and timing, along with disappointment when other people don't follow your plans. Surrendering your need to be the script writer helps you relax and actually get better results. God has room to heal you and the situation when you allow God to be in charge. Amen. Amen. I mean, the whole reading feels like a blessing. The whole reading feels like a blessing. It really does, Taurus. Wow. I feel like they weren't kidding when they said April's going to be like one of your best months. But I feel like you also have to let it, you have to allow. You have to be open. Even in your darkest times, you still have to trust, have faith, seek the light, know that things can be different, be bold, right? Be bold, be willing. Like, grab these aces. And, I feel like where they take you just might blow your mind. It just might blow your mind. All right, I'm going to let that be, guys. I love you. I thank you. And I truly hope this reading helps. I feel like there's a lot of messages in this reading, so there's a lot of cards. But I feel like there's also a lot of messages. So, you know, not that I would ever tell you to watch a reading twice, especially these long ones, but sometimes, like, um, down the road, something may happen, and you'll think of the reading. That's when you want to listen to it again because I just feel like because you're in a different situation, something different has happened. Your perspective is different, and maybe you pick up the messages differently, or maybe how they're meant to be. No, I shouldn't have said that. I feel like they're just meant to be what they are until they're meant to be more. All right, guys, I'm gonna let it be. I love you. I thank you, and I'll see you next time, either at the lives or at our table. Thank you. Bye bye.